College Football Roundup. Rules changes. There is, what's the best way to describe a college football sideline, Ted? A circus?
A circus. Yeah, that's right. A
There is a
circus for sure.
circus on a college football sideline. You got different colored hats, guys signaling plays. You got different colored sweatshirts. You got the cardboard signs with all the goofy pictures on them. You got the vinyl signs attached to the PVC pipes to hide the signalers from the press box. You got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. But a lot of that, hopefully, could be going away because the NCAA Football Rules Committee proposed a new rule that would allow one player on the field to have the speaker in his helmet, just like in the National Football League. Coaches will be able to communicate with that player up until 15 seconds to go on the play clock or when the ball is snapped. Ted, what do you think?
I like it. I like it. It's, NFL's had it for 25 years or so. And, the technology has been there forever. And, they tried to say, I think Kirby Smart tried to say this is not a knee jerk reaction to the Michigan situation, but why did we do any of the other 25 years leading up to this point? Right. So I don't know. I think it's good. And, one of the other things in there is, oftentimes if a headset, if a group goes down, you have to use the corded, like they make both sidelines use the same equipment. So there's not an advantage given. Like this is like an opt in or opt out thing. If one side's going to use it, the other side doesn't have to, or, vice versa. So I like it. I think it makes sense. I think hopefully it gets rid of a lot of, the miscommunication, just like the mess. It's a mess, right? Trying to get the calls and everything in. So I don't know. I think it'll streamline everything, but sometimes it just makes it harder, because depending on who's got the microphone in their hand, if you're the guy that's got the speakers in your ears, that can make life difficult on you. But I don't know. I think it's an overall positive for the sport.
I was trying to think of why a team wouldn't do it because I truly think if you don't use it, I think you're putting yourself at a competitive disadvantage because and even if it cuts off when the ball snapper cuts off with 15 seconds to go on the play clock, each one of these plays, and I can just speak from the offensive perspective. Each one of these plays, you can give like a tip or reminder that can help whoever's got that. And it's going to be the quarterback on offense, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Where's your
whether
hot? Like,
it's a
yeah.
pass concept and, hey, if you get the middle of the field open, remember this. It looks like, and you can remind them, hey, it looks like they're in this coverage. Like you can say all that stuff over the headset. I think it can be particularly helpful in situations where you have multiple plays called. Right? There's a lot of, hey, pass, kill, run, kill, pass, that type of stuff. It's like, hey, this is the look that you run it. So call the run. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to communicate things to the quarterback. I was trying to think of why someone wouldn't use it. And the only thing I could think of was if a team just wants to play with an incredible tempo, like go as fast as they can, and they just feel like signaling's more efficient. But even then, wouldn't the coach want to have the ability to be able to mention a few things? So
Well, yeah, just because you have the speaker doesn't mean you can't still use your signal stuff, right? So,
right. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I bet, the coordinators want to have a lot of control and, they I I think now they just signal the whole thing to the entire offense, right? Everyone gets it at the same time and just kind of speeds the process up that way, but yeah, I don't know. I I hope that it changes the way a lot of offenses operate and the coach wants those things reported to the entire offense. And you could do that in this thing called a huddle. Get everyone together, get a play call in, maybe a tip or a reminder here and there. There you go. We'll see. I mean, here's the thing though, to the casual observer on television and at the game, you won't notice a difference
I
unless you're looking for it.
uh, I'm just trying to think of how happy it would make me if they just made it a rule that you had to get in the huddle.
I know. I wish they did.
Signaling is now illegal. You must get into the huddle and get the play through the headset. Oh, it would make me so happy. But yeah, I guess in a perfect world, you're able to communicate that stuff. You still have some of your assistants signaling to whether it's route concepts to wide receivers or coverages to the defensive backs. But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what teams can become really, really efficient with this and what teams do it at the highest level, because I do think that having that line of communication between a coach and a player on the field, I think it can be extremely valuable.
I do too. I do too. I think it's good. I think I mean it should go off without a hitch, and hopefully everyone is saying, why didn't we do this 20 years ago?
I'm with you. I hope that's what we're saying. I hope we're not saying, "Oh my gosh, the speakers one guy's speaker caught on fire," or just like something catastrophic like that.
It's like that's what I'm saying. Like most people, you won't even notice, like unless you're like looking for it. Like in the first game, whenever it's like a new thing and people are talking about it, you'll notice it. But after that, it'll look like all the other football you've ever seen.
Well, the only thing you're going to notice is quarterbacks on the road covering their ear holes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what. Wait, what's that quarterback? You don't see college quarterbacks do that. Well, they're going to start because the coach is going to be talking to them in their helmet.
yeah. Or it's like, please stop, stop.
You're yelling, please stop. Couple other rule changes that appear to be coming. 2-minute warning in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter. Gotta love another built-in commercial break, Ted. Come on, baby. What do you think? We're used to it with the NFL. One thing I do hope is if the networks now know they have this built-in commercial break, for the love of God, can we please reduce some of the okay, the team scored, we go to a TV timeout, the ball gets kicked off, we go to another TV timeout. If we can reduce that sequence by adding a 2-minute warning, I'm all for it, man, because that drives me insane.
Supposedly, that's what this rule is going to do because it gives you the built-in. We know when it's going to happen. TV timeout, right? It's built in. So you don't have to do the double up thing everywhere and I that's what's going to happen. But we know that eventually they're going to add more commercials somehow somewhere. But here's the thing, it's just yet again it's another rule that makes it easier to score for the offense. You now have another built-in timeout in the most crucial moments of the game, before the half and at the end of the game. So not only do you get the clock to stop after every first down, right, in the final, you also get the 2-minute timeout. So congratulations, offense. You win again.
Should we talk about RPOs? Should I really get you going?
Sure.
No, there's no doubt. We'll see how it ends up impacting. I think a lot of people will be keeping track. Okay, will this make the games on average 5 minutes, 10 minutes longer, or anything like that? Or do we see the game times be pretty consistent to what we've seen from the last couple of years? We'll see. But the only other thing that I saw from a rule change perspective is teams getting to have a bunch of tablets available to the players and the coaches on the sideline and in the booth where they can watch game video. Now,
I was shocked by this.
when I've seen high schools do this, but in the NFL, unless something's changed, and gosh, I've been out for a while now.
Set formations.
It was just pictures, still pictures.
Yeah.
Now I was on a tablet, but you didn't get video. You just got pictures, like right before the ball was snapped, like a couple seconds after it was snapped. Those were the pictures you got. Having the video is, I mean, that's going to change the entire mechanics of communication on the sideline. I saw this and they acted like it was no big deal, and
I
it blew
know.
my
That's
mind.
what I
Like,
was
wait,
thinking. It's like,
I could watch
this is
the
the
whole.
biggest thing. Forget the freaking everything else. Like, this is huge.
I I just can't imagine how many iPads or Surfaces or whatever they're going to. So many of these things are going to get broken. Mad coaches, you told me he slanted inside. He did it. Look at the tape. Breaks it on the bench.
It's going to get all kinds of good screenshots or little video clips of the sidelines. But I mean, you think that it helps the product and you'll have a better product, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's another level of work for somebody. I don't know who's doing it, but somebody saw that role and was like, oh my God.
Video coordinators across the country. Oh, no,
I
no.
mean, that's quick. I mean, I don't know how they cut it that fast. I mean, I don't know. That's impressive.
It's almost like you have to have a live feed of some sort. Once again, I don't know how any of that works. I really
Yeah,
don't. But
I don't either.
that will, I mean, that can change things dramatically. I'm trying to think. Do you think that's more of an offensive advantage or a defensive advantage or a wash?
I don't. Well, see, to me, I I can like seeing it on film is fine, but like it's an added layer that I really don't need. I mean, if you could draw the play up and what we were in, I could tell you where I was and what happened and where it should have been, like I really don't need the film. But some guys don't know what happened and don't know how to say what happened or what they saw. So, I mean, I can understand that, but I mean, I don't know. I think that different guys need to see it different ways. I mean, I know that's definitely something like the chalkboard or grease board just doesn't work for a lot of guys. So to be able to see it visually will probably help. I mean, I would say I think defense to be able to react to like how they're blocking something a little bit differently quicker because it's hard like if you're a defensive tackle and they're doubling you and like there's a lot of stuff going on like maybe you're not exactly sure like how I don't know. I think I would say defensively, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. I, it's hard to tell. I don't know. But yeah, these things are going to significantly impact the game. So I am, especially I think the iPad one or tablet or whatever they want to call it, being able to watch the film, that's maybe it'll just be too much where it's just system overload and you see guys on the sideline going for, can we please stop watching this? I
That's
don't know.
kind of what I think it is. I I mean there is something to I mean a game is what and I'm talking about for a football player. I know it's 60 minutes and I know like 3.5 hours, but for a football player, like the preparation and the mental lock in and focus has started hours before the game. And you are totally locked in the entire time. Like there needs to be a little bit of a lock in and release throughout a game. Like give me the things I need to work on and like what our mistakes were, but I don't need to visually see all 15 snaps that just took place. Like I don't need that. Like I need some space in my mind to be able to actually go out there and play the football game, you know?
Will this lead to players throughout college football losing their minds? I don't know,
Maybe.
but I'm interested in what guys are going to think. I've never done that. So I'm interested to hear coaches and players talk about it once they start using it on game day. So
I know there's a lot of times I wanted to walk over the sideline and know what the hell just happened, right?
yes,
What was that? Yeah, so that will be nice for sure.
yeah, for sure.